Very hot and steamy day at Robertson Stadium. FC Dallas in the rivalry game, and they'll slip Drew Moore into this attack. You can see him at the top of your screen making the run forward here. And with a good first touch, he puts himself in a good position here to get off a very dangerous shot here with the retreating Houston Dynamo defense. Save Pat Onstad. Now keep an eye on this play because Houston would be very successful in this space on the left side against David Wagenshire in this game. That was the long ball from Davis to Mullen. And although the final cross is cleared, it was a harbinger of things to come. More from the talented midfielder Brad Davis here as the Dynamo building things up in the 26th minute. A good possession play. The long ball towards Chinga. Watch this. Chinga will try and spear it over the head of Dario Sala. Again, another long ball, again from Brad Davis, this time to Joseph Ngwenya. And watch this. The Dynamo almost carve out a tremendous opportunity. Ngwenya to Ricardo Clark. Gets towards the end line, tries to turn it back, and blocked by Clarence Goodson. Midfielder Brad Davis would continue to be the architect of the attack. He'll get this ball switched on the left side from Craig Weibel. With the overlapping run from Barrett, he looks him off into the box. Ngwenya, a great chance, and Salah gets a hand on it. It was a day Dynamo fans saw a little extra emotion from Joseph Ngwenya. With all the pressure, the Dynamo, after this bad back pass from Ricardo Clark, concede the first goal. Call it self-inflicted, but FC Dallas will 1-2 their way through the entire defense. Abe Thompson for the 1-0 lead. The Dynamo, for the 7th straight game, concede the game's first goal, and it comes against their rivals FC Dallas. Some great combination play, and slipped in by Abe Thompson. Dynamo off the corner, 36th minute. Weibel smashes it off the crossbar, and Ching attempts the bicycle kick. It's heavy metal time for Houston. Greg Weibel, inserted back into the lineup, made a difference on this day, and his header just crashing off the crossbar. And then Brian Ching, out of the theater of the imagination with the bicycle kick, as he tries to spear the overhead kick past Dario Sala. On to the second half, 6 minutes in. Ricardo Clark will atone for the mistake in the first half. Dallas gives it up in a bad area of the field, and quickly they find Ricardo Clark. Near post will blast it past Dario Sala. 1-1. Renewed enthusiasm for the Dynamo fans as they see their first goal in a long time from their team, and the Spirits were up at Robertson. It was a bad ball here from Drew Moore, and how quickly Ricardo Clark will get it back from Richard Mulrooney, get turned, and at this point it's trouble for Dario Sala. He gets beat with power at the near post. And again Clark heading off to the Gold Cup. How about the effort from the peaceful warrior, Craig Weibel, back in the lineup today, clipping it down the line. The Dynamo build this up nicely as they circulate this ball out of midfield looking for that final pass, and they nearly pick out Ricardo Clark. But Dario Sala to the rescue. Hey, more from Craig Weibel here, and hey, he thinks he's Roberto Carlos on this play because the Houston Dynamo will build this up nicely. Weibel continues to make his run in the box, eliminates a defender, left-footed shot, saves Sala. Example of power in the delivery off the corner. Watching Ngwenya flicks it off the post as Houston for the second time hit the woodwork. Ngwenya makes a near post run, flicks it on and off the post with Dallas defenders everywhere. Corey Ash into the game for the Houston Dynamo for the 3rd straight game, and they're looking for instant offense, and they're going to get it. Ash will run right through the midfield. He picks out Ricardo Clark to Joseph Ngwenya. Drew Moore stops Ngwenya for the 2-1 lead, his first goal in a Houston Dynamo uniform.
Takes the lead, a Dallas breakdown, and Joseph Ngwenya gets his first Dynamo goal, and in the 66th minute.
Ash for the 3rd straight game makes a difference. Ricardo Clark pushes it in behind the FC Dallas defense. Drew Moore stops, looks back, and Ngwenya delivers it beautifully. On for FC Dallas from an attacking standpoint, Arturo Alvarez, formerly of Maiden Creek High School. He's involved in one of the most controversial plays of the night. Pat Onstad will bring him down outside the box after a bad ball back from Richard Mulrooney. Now Onstad would get the red card. The Dynamo would have to go with less men the rest of the game. But when you look at this, you have to say to yourself, have you ever heard of a foul being a critical play in a game? This certainly helped the Houston Dynamo secure 3 points on this night. Onstad targeting Alvarez, there's no doubt about it. He admitted it, but in the end, this turns out to be a big play as Arturo Alvarez brought down just outside the box. Pat Onstad taking one for the team here. Arturo Alvarez would have one more good chance in this one from longer range. He'll cut in on that favored left foot here. And watch the blast that he gets off. It just goes over the top. But on this day, the Houston Dynamo would get the full 3 points deservedly over their arch rivals. Here's the reaction from the locker room.
He can get it on that left foot.
So for the first time in a long time, we can say, you know what? The Dynamo won this one, and they won one at home for the fans on a very hot Sunday afternoon, but it got hotter on the field. There was a lot of weird stuff that happened in this one.
I think the way our season has been going, it was a must-win. Certainly, if we have any aspirations of winning a division title, we had to win tonight. And I think the way we played in the first half, hitting the crossbar, having a few chances, and then we gave up two opportunities and get scored on. I think that was the disappointing part. But the guys battled back in a fantastic second half. It's one of those situations where Richie just hits it about 20 yards too short, the back pass, and unfortunately I get caught out and make the decision that I've got to take him down, and wanted to make sure I did it outside the box. Unfortunately, did that, and the guys battled well for the last 50 minutes and held on.
Dynamo had a quick turnaround on Thursday night on national TV at Robertson Stadium, taking on the Colorado Rapids. This was a rematch of last year's Western Conference Final. We go to the third minute. Chris Wondolowski getting a start in this one to Brian Mullen to Joseph Nguyen, and he slots it past Puna Kondul, and a badly aligned Colorado defense for the 1-0 lead. On to the fifth minute, Brad Davis, who was on the ball a lot on this night with a long-range blast. Eddie Robinson, not the best at defending here, brings down Connor Casey with the hand as he's laying prone on the ground. Jose Cancela to the penalty spot. We're tied at 1. 64th minute, Stuart Holden coming on after Dominic Kinnear goes to his bench. It only takes seconds for Holden to make an impact. After the pass from Kelly Gray, he hits a scorcher into the side netting. 2-1 Dynamo. And obviously happy Stuart Holden had this to say after the game.
It's twice now. Last year, my only goal I scored was my first touch on the field, and again this year. So I guess I should just come on for 1 minute, take a shot, and then get back off.